Welcome back to Turntable Guy, and a happy new year to everyone. Happy 2025. I'm shooting this on January 1st. I'll probably release it on January 1st as well. One of those quiet days, working on something that has been bugging me for the past year. This is an Onkyo TX-NR807, I believe. Yes. It's a big beast from, I think, around 2010, 2011, and around that time. Now, this I picked this up at a thrift store, and I think I paid $40, and I had a half-off coupon, so I think I paid $20 for it. It was a pretty expensive receiver back in the day. It probably ran a little bit around, I don't know, $1,000 or so. Home theater. It's got HDMI. It's a THX certified receiver, and it also has network connection, so you can hook up your in-house server to it and stream music from a hard drive. So and it's got lots of power. I forget what it is exactly. It's well over 100 watts per channel. Good beefy power supply. Just a nice unit, like really sharp, and I love the way it looks. It's got the drop-down panel, which is really nice, and it's all, you know, aluminum, solid, heavy beast. I had this just up in the family room for the longest time, until it, of course, decided to quit. And the big thing with these receivers, and you can find like hundreds of YouTube videos on this, is the HDMI board. What happens is, supposedly the DTS chip overheats, and it desolders itself from the board. And it's, I got to think of the term here, ball soldered. There's little balls underneath it. So it's not like it's a chip that you can just remove and resolder. It's got all these tiny little balls underneath it. So it's difficult to solder balls. To reheat it or to resolder it again, to remove it. So the fix on the internet is to heat this sucker up to try to get the little balls solder flowing again. And that usually corrects it. Now, I did that, and yeah, it did come back, but it didn't work for very long. And so what I did is I packed it up, wrapped it in like a pillowcase, and then wrapped it in a garbage bag and put it in my cold storage, and it's been sitting there for around a year now. And, you know, since I have nothing better to do today, I pulled it out, and I'm like, you know what? This sucker, you know, I honestly think it's got to be caps on this board, because this board gets so bloody hot. And I'll show you the board here. And I'm kind of disappointed, just a side track here. My magnifying glass light, the bulb just quit on it. It's a fluorescent bulb. It's just over here. And I'm trying to find the right size, and I just cannot find the right size for this thing. I'm not sure. Like, I measured it. It's about 7¼ inches, I think. I can find 8s and stuff. If anybody knows where I can get one of those or an LED replacement, leave me a comment, will you? Anyway, back to the Onkyo. Here's the board in question. This board, and actually the whole design of this receiver, is just stupid. Okay, what we've got here, and I got to be careful. It's plugged in right now, and that is the AC there. This board, like, there's 3 boards here that sit completely horizontally. And there is a massive heat sink here. I don't know what's behind here, but it gets blazing hot. And as you can imagine, the heat barely has any room to escape. Yeah, it does kind of come up here, but you can bet your ass that a lot of heat is going under here, and it's just cooking this board. Now, this is the DTS chip in question. I've heat sinked it because it does get warm. So I put a little bit of heat sink compound and did that. This chip here gets hot as well. I might heat sink it as well. There's another DTS chip here. I'm basically just going to feel around when I turn it back on, and I'm going to see which get really hot, and I'll probably just heat sink them just to make sure that they don't desolder themselves again. But as you can see, like this chip here, it's soldered around the perimeter, whereas this one, I'm not going to lift the heatsink. I mentioned it's ball soldered, so pain in the butt. Anyway, so what do we got here? All the capacitors on this board, and it's a double-sided board, so if I were to remove it, it's almost exactly the same on the bottom side. There's a ton of caps here. They're all surface mount caps. So what I decided to do, I don't have any surface mount caps in stock. I usually, when I get them, I just order them and then use them. I just don't keep them in stock. I just decided to rip them all out and just replace them with some electrolytics, some through chassis electrolytics, and just fold the legs over and solder them in place. And did those 8 there. As you can see, it's nothing. My soldering's a mess too because I didn't think this was going to work. So it was like, what the hell? I'm just going to do this, see if it works. You know, what have I got to lose? I'm going to junk this thing because if it didn't turn on, it was going to the recycling center to be thrown away. And these 3 here, I was thinking they are very close to this heat source here. I'm going to replace these as well. And God, I hope that solder holds up. I'm probably going to remove this board and do some more work on it. But what happens is when you turn this unit on, you'll hear the main click. And then a few seconds later, there'll be another click and the speaker indicators come on. So if you're in 2-channel or 5-channel or 7-channel, whatever it is, it'll show the speakers. And what was happening is when you turn it on, if that doesn't happen, then you've got an issue with that board. So I'm going to turn it on here for you. Here's the first click. And there's the second click. That's what you want. See, right now it's saying front left and front right because I'm just in stereo mode right now. But if you were to go into, I don't know, Dolby or something, or THX, that's, okay, 5.1 right now. So you can hear the clicking. There's just standard mode, and then there's a pure direct mode as well, which was not that. Anyway, just go back to music here. So anyway, that's the speaker thing coming up. So if you have one of these and these are not lighting up after the first click, you don't get that second click, you've got an issue. Now, heating up that DSP chip will probably solve it, but in my case, it was caps as well. And like I mentioned, they're all surface mount on this board, so it's a bit of a job. Desoldering them is a pain in the butt. I was basically just grabbing them with the pliers and twisting them off, and then removing the legs, and then just soldering these on. And like I mentioned, I did a real sloppy job here. I was just kind of like tacking them on. I'm gonna have to go back in and do this, but the receiver is working. I am getting sound, which is cool. And it's a really good sounding AV receiver. Like I said, I've been using it for stereo in my family room, of all things. And I love the look at it. It's a huge unit. It's just super tall. It looks great. It's just a big monolith, right? And I just like that look. But yeah, so if you have one of these, before you decide to send it out to the scrapyard, try heating up the DSP chip. And then if that doesn't work, try recapping it. And I have not done a full recap on this board, but I've obviously got the bad ones because, like I mentioned, it's working. And I'm going to think that the worst ones are going to be in this area over here where this heat source is. And you can just feel it right now, the heat coming off this thing. It's a stupid and poor design. These boards should have been mounted vertically to allow heat to escape. But the way it's mounted is just pure stupidity. Oh, and there's another big heat source right here, another big heat sink. There's a huge chassis fan here, and then another fan over here. So it's not like the designers didn't know that this thing was getting hot. But anyway, that was a quick one. I just wanted to go over that, and because there's, like I mentioned, there's a lot of videos on the net about these Onkyo receivers and the known problem with the HDMI boards. You know, if you can find one, it's almost a miracle, because most of these have been junked for that miracle, or for that problem. And Onkyo was replacing those HDMI boards under warranty. So good luck finding one. So anyway, give it a try. Try recapping that board if you can, and hopefully you can bring one of these back to life. Anyway, that's a quick one for today. We'll get back to turntable hopefully next week. Catch you next video.